Hi guys, and thanks for joining us. We are live here today from the Leather Pocket, Calgary, Alberta. And we have a little Jack and Jill Scotch going on today. 5 teams are going to play round robins. We'll probably be just covering the action on one table at a time here. It's easier to commentate that way. I'm on my own today. It's Dave Harding here. I think they're just having a little bit of a warm-up here, but we should have matches starting right away. Yeah, pretty much, Sean, 7 days a week. This has actually been 5 days, and it's been 5 days that we were trying to cover basically as a fundraiser as well for some friends of ours, Karen and Norm Doucette. Norm is a local player, very well known, well liked, and his wife Karen suffered a stroke a couple of weeks ago. So she is recovering. She is here. She was here yesterday as well. But we're just trying to raise a little bit of extra cash for them to help out pay the bills because Karen is a commission-only salesperson. And when she's not working, she's not earning. So a lot of us have been in that situation, I'm sure. So we're doing our best to help out. So if you're just joining us here, please do like and share the stream. Share it to any groups, any friends, family. And try and keep you guys a little bit entertained today here. So how's everybody doing out there on this Monday? We today here in Canada is a stat. It is Victoria Day, so this is what we call our May long weekend, where most people get 3 days off, which is why we're having a Monday afternoon start, and this will probably go until sometime this evening. So we appreciate everybody joining us. I imagine a lot of you at work there. Hey, Edward, thanks for joining us, man. Yeah, as I said, weekday Monday, so down south, I'm guessing it's just a regular Monday. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. Do share the stream if you can. And if you haven't yet done so, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure that your permissions there are set to public. That way we can see you as part of the membership. Because when we reach 2,000 members, we're going to do a free Q draw. And you'll be automatically entered into that just by having your name on there. Hey, Jerry, buddy. Thanks for joining us. George, hello. Richard, how's it going there in Ohio? John, thank you, buddy. We appreciate it. I like Carson City. All right, Junior. Well, thanks for joining us on your lunch break there. Omaha, thank you. Appreciate it. Virginia, North Dakota. Oh, we appreciate it. People from all over. It's fantastic. I'm just going to try and get the team names here, or the players' names. Are you guys bringing up a score sheet or anything for us? Score sheets, team names, people's names, that type of stuff?
Paul and Peggy against
Yep.
Norm and Joanne.
So nobody's using team names? Just, okay.
Oh, yeah, just our own name and Peggy. Yeah.
And what are you guys racing to?
4.
Okay.
Oh, we're playing 4 games. We're playing every team 4 games.
Okay, guys, so this is going to be 4 games played. Round robin format here. Big break there by Paul. This is Jack and Jill Scotch. So, lady and gentlemen, I believe we have 5 or 6 teams here. Should be playing all day. Brock from Dallas. Right on, buddy. I love Dallas. Love Houston too, but Dallas is a nice, nice city. Right on, Sean. Sorry, I did not have time to catch it. I've been working too much, so that must be that's a good performance there by him. So Sky and Shane are out, I'm guessing, Sean? Kentucky. How's the bank pool in Kentucky? That's to Bobby there, and thank you for joining us. Hey, Carla, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in on the Monday. Norm overcuts that 6-ball. Might have been because he was trying to focus on the breakout as well. Stacy, New York. Beautiful city. I love that place. So Peggy puts that stripe down there in the corner. I can't see. No. Looks like he's going to have to shoot the 14 down the rail here. I know, Carla, right? Same here for me. I guess the 12 does go on the side, so. Oh, wow, nicely done. Nicely done for the breakout. So we have a straight in 10 ball here. All she's got to do is hold it, leave him some shape. Maybe roll forward a bit for the 11 would be a nice shot here. Which he does, little unorthodox bridging, but that works. And this is basically open, so there's all skill levels you're going to see here, as it is Jack and Jill. They're going to play 4 games here, and this is going to be a round-robin format, so it's whoever gets the most out of the 4 games. And depending on what time we get done here, they may decide to do a second round. Probably be a little bit similar to the teams that we had yesterday, where we might have the top 2 teams play off for first and second as well. As I'd mentioned, this is mainly being done for charity here, or as a fundraising event for Karen Doucette, who is here in the house. It's Norm Doucette's wife. She suffered a stroke a couple of weeks back and is recovering, but off of work and has no income coming in. So we're doing what we can here as a Calgary pool community to try and help out, raise a little bit of funds to help everybody out. So if you have just joined us, please do share the stream. Let's get some more viewers here, get some interaction going. I'm here on my own, Dave Harding, today. Grant may be by later today, but we're unsure. Depends on some stuff that's going on. So yeah, I need a little bit of interaction. We may have 1 or 2 of the players come and sit in for a little bit on the mic, depending on how it goes. Well, unfortunate scratch there off of that 3-ball. Have Joe Ashton here at the table. Joe is a pro player on the WPBA. She's playing with Norm Doucette. So all she's got to do here is make sure she leaves Norm the angle to draw off of that 15 for shape on the 8 into the same pocket, the top left. Oh, I'm sorry. They are they're low ball, so they have lots of options here. She's opting to take the ball that's basically toughest to get shape on right away. That also clears up the pocket and is going to make things a little bit easier. Sean, you can wear what you like in here. We're not that picky. We're going to roll forward a little bit on this 5. A little bit close to that 3, closer than he wanted to be. So she can definitely make the 3, but it makes getting shape a little bit tougher. She may opt to take this 2-ball here and just hold it for the 6. That'll make it a little bit easier to get shape off of the 6 to get down to the 4. This ball being so close, you don't want to really foul on it trying to follow forward. Randy, thank you for joining us. Where are you joining us from? And Stacy, where do you play there in New York? Any of the big places? Steinway, Amsterdam? So yeah, that's exactly what I was saying about. I didn't like taking the 3 there because now they're back to the same situation and an even tougher shot to get shape on that 4 ball. So you can basically just stun to this side rail here and draw down. Comes up a little bit short, but leaves him a good angle. Norm's probably looking to put some left English on this and come back up. No, he goes the other way. Let's hope his weight is good. That was the danger with that shot going that side of the table. Left English would have taken you around the other way. Would have been short side, but at least you would have had a look in at the 8 ball. "70 people already. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I know that down south it's probably just a regular working day for you guys there. It is a holiday here, part of our Victoria Day weekend, so or the May Long as we call it. And we're doing a little bit of fundraising here, having some fun, shooting some pool. Scotch doubles here today, playing best of 4 games in a round robin format. And this is true Jack and Jill, so guy and girl, all different skill levels here. So you'll see a couple of competitive teams, and maybe 1 or 2 that are not so competitive, just here to have fun. Arthur, it's Dave Harding here on the mic, part of the CSL team. I'll be on my own for most of today, and Grant may be joining me a little bit later if things work out. Interesting shot. I wonder if he's playing a 2-way here. He's calling the bank. Yeah, I think he did. Thank you, Mark. We appreciate it. Buffalo, New York. Nice area. Good pool scene there in New York, man. DaCosta, thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Always nice to hear. We do our best. Well, I'm not sure what Norm was trying to do there on that 8 ball. If he was trying to cut it, then he just way mishit the shot. If he was going for the bank, then he needed a little bit of draw on it. If he was playing safe, then that did not work out as he planned. Maybe a scratch here if she plays this in the corner. Oh, would have been if she'd have hit it right, I think. But this is leaving a real tough shot on the 8. Paul, Wisconsin. Love that place. Love Wisconsin. And they just put the new survey out, didn't they? The results of towns in the states that drink the most, and I think 5 or 6 of the top 10s were in Wisconsin there. Thank you, Kerry. I appreciate it. Same to you there, bud. So tough cut by Joe there and slightly undercut it. Went to the rail first. Yeah, especially the beer, Paul. Are you guys actually producing a lot of beer there? Bill, Philly. I love Philly, man. Not only the cheesesteaks, but usually if I can make it, the SBE. That's in King of Prussia area there. I love the drive-through. I think it was 2015. I left Canada here and had a 36-hour drive, which I did pretty much straight through, all the way across the U.S., straight to Philly. I love that drive there, going into Philly, driving through the mountains, keep going through all those tunnels. Absolutely beautiful area. Love New England. So, a little bit scrappy there. Paul gets that first rack. They're just playing best of 4 racks here, so all those racks are going to be totaled up, which is going to determine their placing in this round robin event. 92 viewers, almost 100 viewers on a Sunday, on a Monday. Keep thinking it's Sunday because it's a day off. But on a Monday afternoon, you guys, I'm sure, are pretty much all at work. Craft breweries, okay. So you guys are keeping the rest of the country going, I guess, with your beer import, bringing it in from everywhere. And Carrie, how is Montreal? I love the city. Absolutely beautiful architecture there. I'm from Europe myself, so we have a lot of history and architecture there as well. So it's nice to see some of that here in Canada. I think it was the second ball break there by Norm, and yeah, that's left a messy rack. There's going to be lots of work to do here. Couple of possible combinations. There's a combination to put the 10 ball in off of the 2-1, or there's a cut combination on the 11-3. You kind of want to take a ball that's out in the open, but that's not going to buy you much on this rack. Yes, Ted, this is best of 4. I'm not sure if I can fit that into that field there. If I can, I'll put it up, but Dublin, Ireland. Right on, Paddy. Now that's some beautiful country as well. I was born in the UK. Ireland is definitely beautiful. Rolling green fields. And maybe that's part of why why I'm on the mic right now. I know when my mother was pregnant with me, she did kiss the Blarney Stone, hanging over the edge there, the guy holding her by her feet. So maybe the gift of the gab rubbed off on me there too. And that's another place where they drink a lot of beer, I tell you that, is Ireland. I guess that this 1 ball does go. It's going to be tough to get shape. I'm not sure it went. She seemed to think it did, but that's not a bad leave. This is a little bit of a mess, a little bit to work at. Joanne at the table, and she is shooting high ball, which probably means she's going to be kicking at this combination. Only chance to make. Don't have that in ND. What are you guys drinking? Bourbon, rye. So Joe doesn't get the drop on that ball, but did leave it in a good spot. They own that pocket now. That ball will be dropping at some point soon. The 13-10 combination would go the next time they're back at the table. Or Paul could play the 1 ball onto it right now and choose to hold the pocket, own the pocket, leave that 1 there. It's kind of a mid-offensive safety. If he gets down table here to the bottom rail, he's leaving himself pretty good, which he could do, scrape by this 13. Oh, looks like he went for the bank, went for the big bank. Did not get it. Liquor is quicker, it sure is, Sean. And what's your poison of choice there, buddy? So Joe's got to figure out what to do here to get this 15 ball to a spot where it's makeable. I guess it goes all day from there. Wow, okay. Couldn't see that really from the angle I had there on the camera. Leaves Norm a little tough, though. That's a tough cut on this 12 ball down the side rail here on the left side. But that's really the best ball to shoot to get some decent shape on something else. Opts to play safe, which is a good choice. I think she may have the edge of the 7 ball, which is up by the 5 ball there. Or sorry, up by the 13 ball, the 3 and the 13. So she's deciding to bank it. Well, if she'd have hit that a little bit harder with a little bit more authority, it may have gone. She needed a little bit of draw on there at double kiss, which changes the situation a little bit. Joanne may have a combination here. She's cutting the right side of that 13 because that's all she could see, which means it would be cutting the left side of the 9, but that does actually push the 9 towards the 1, and that 10 is a hanger. So I think this may be on here. Crown apple straight. All right. So does anybody who's watching right now down in the States actually have a day off? If not, I appreciate it even more, the guys that you're here watching us do this. And hopefully there's some people that didn't tune in yesterday. We have a fantastic new contest going up. We have not started our new Q raffle, but we have a contest going up that I want to tell you guys about, which hopefully you can get in on. Tickets are a little bit more than normal. Works out to be about $40 US, $50 Canadian per ticket, but it's basically a trip to Canada to come and see us. We're calling it the Ultimate Fan Experience. And we will fly you to Canada from anywhere in North America and back home again, of course. You'll have a hotel paid for. We'll pick up the tab and your food. We will take you to and from the event. You'll get to guest commentate with us. We have 2 big events coming up, so you'll get a chance to play in one of those events, unless it's the first event and you're a guy, because the first event is the Ashton Twins Classic, and that's a ladies-only event. So what we'll do there is we'll have you play some sets against some of our local talent and a chance to win some money. And, of course, chance to meet us, see what we do, see how we do it, sit in with us as a guest commentator, have a lot of fun. You will need a passport or need to get one if you win it and don't have one yet. So I will flash up the details of that. Again, it's the normal addresses that we use. If you're down in the States, paypal.me/QSportsLive, or if you're in Canada, you can use an e-transfer. Just transfer to qsportslive@gmail.com. We have 100 tickets to be sold for that at 50 Canadian each, about $40 US. So yeah, especially for down in the States, a chance to come to Canada, have a great time. If we don't make it for the Ashton Twins Classic, the next event that we're covering is the Stampede Bar Box, which is another nice bank there. Another big event. It's during Stampede Week, which is world famous. People come from all over the world to see that here. Calgary shuts down as a town, and everybody has a big party. There's lots of charity events go on. There's rodeos. There's fairground attractions. Great food. I live right in the middle of that mess, so I try to usually be out of town. I'm usually down in the States for July. But yeah, either one of those is going to be a fantastic one to come to. You will be looked after. You will have a great time. So yeah, get in on that. Get in on that. We have plenty of tickets left. Oh, where are you, Brandon? You in Montana or one of the other states touching there? And anybody that's just tuned in, please do share the stream so you can get your friends and family in on this as well. We really appreciate it. It's going to be some decent Scotch action here. Norm Doucette and Joe Ashton here at the table right now. And Joe is a pro player on the Ladies WPBA Tour. ND, okay. Yeah, we are basically, Alberta is basically north of Montana, would be the closest way to describe it. The Coots border, which is south of Lethbridge, is basically takes you straight into Montana there. And I usually drive down to Vegas, so I go straight through. Go down to Montana, it's south, 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 all the way to Vegas and across. So Joanne putting away the 8 ball there. Claws one back. We are at 1-1. This is the best of 4, and it's going to be a round robin. We have 5 or 6 teams. They'll all be playing each other at least once. A little bit of fun, and as I said, this is kind of a fundraising event. For Norm, who was at the table there, his wife Karen suffered a stroke a few weeks ago. She's recovering nicely. She is in here supporting and watching. So she's doing well, but unable to work right now. So we're doing what we can as a pool community to raise a little bit of extra cash and help out with some bills for this month. And that's basically what it's all about. So we've been doing that for the last 4 or 5 days. 4 days. Since Thursday. And all the green fees are going. Yesterday's tournament, the winning team donated the team winnings. Grant of Q Sports Live personally matched that as well. Get some extra amounts in. We've had some donations come in online, and if any of you guys out there would like to donate to that cause, it's a great cause. We appreciate it. Not expected, of course, but if you do, you can use our regular address for that. Just put a note in there, and we'll make sure that it goes to Karen and Norm here. And I'm hoping that next year, if you guys have any events like that come up, charity events or fundraising events or people in need, or if there's a disaster or whatever, that we can have a chance to be there and help you guys as a pool community wherever you are locally. Kind of do the same thing, support everybody. Sean, you know what? It's going to be a return ticket because otherwise they might not let you in. But if you decide you want to stay, I'm sure there's a way that it could be worked out. We're pretty good on bringing people in here. Canada, like the States, was founded on immigrants. The U.S.'s immigration policy is a little tougher and stricter than ours. Hello, Hamza. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining us. So, Patty, with you being over there in Ireland, did you watch the embassy, the World Snooker? Mark Williams had some brass monkeys there with what he did at the press conference. I loved it. So Peggy shooting this 5 ball. Kind of stabbed at it a little bit. And as I said, this is true Jack and Jill. So it's mixed, and it's mixed skill levels as well. There's no handicaps, but you will see some teams that have some stronger shooters than others. Hamza, how are things where you are? I know you're a long way away, so we appreciate you tuning in as always. And Brandon, for you there, what's the next big event that's coming up in North Dakota? And Joanne having a long look at this table here. She's fairly straight on this. Goes forward on it, leaves Norm the 9 ball. He can go forward with a little bit of side left on this ball. Actually, no, that's a steep angle. He might be able to get behind the 15 there. Maybe undercut it here with a little bit of right. I got a little fortunate there. The 11 goes as a back cut in the side. That's right, Albert. We are in Calgary in Alberta, Canada, and today is a holiday. It's Victoria Day, so most people are fortunate enough to have the day off, and because of that, we are covering some pool. We've been here for 4 days, doing a little bit of fundraising for one of our friends, gentleman at the table, Norm Doucette, it's coming up right now. It's actually for his wife, who suffered a stroke a couple of weeks back. So we've been covering all the action here at the Leather Pocket for the last few days. Fantastic place here. Beautiful 3.5 by 7 diamond tables, the smart tables with Simonis 860. There's going to be 8 full-size 9-foots coming in, brand new diamonds to replace the existing 9-foot tables that are in here. We had 3 snooker tables in here. They're going out, so this is going to be the place to be if you're wanting to play some serious pool. Big draw shot by Norm there. Gets all the way around and back. Leaves Joe this 13, but she needs to figure out a way to leave Norm a shot on the 12. She might be only able to leave him the bank here. That's what she's lining up for, to see if the bank goes and how he'd like the bank, which would be a tight window. But yeah, this is probably the easiest of the shots to leave shape on. All she's got to do is draw it back maybe 2 inches or something like that. And where are you, Albert? And if you've just joined us and have not done it yet, but have the ability, share us to any of the groups that you're members of. We don't care what kind of groups. Let's get some more people watching. I'm here on my own. Dave Harding here today. Gets a little bit boring talking to myself, plus people start to look at me funny, so it's always good to have a little bit of feedback. Arizona. Hamza, I am not playing, no. I'm the only one here today until possibly later Grant might show up. Ryan is out of town. Grant is working today. Ben Francis is down in Vegas for the VNEA, or heading down there. All 4 of us basically make up the team. Stephanie also helps out sometimes on the mic, which is Grant's wife. But basically it's the 4 of us, and we try and cover no matter what. We always like to have 2 of us here, but that's not always possible. So you guys are stuck with me for the day. Must be hot down in Arizona right now, Albert. I went through last year, stopped by just outside of Phoenix to see Scott Frost's new pool hall, Freezer's Ice House. Beautiful, beautiful place. Hamza, Stephanie is Grant's wife. And nope, she is not available today either. She has gone down to Vegas as well, I believe. That's right, it is Grant's wife. So yeah, small team, we do what we can. We travel when we can. Love to travel. If any of you guys have any events going on down there, anything coming up? Wow, that's a fantastic kick if that was the call. I don't think it was. Yeah, if you have any events coming up, put us in touch with the tournament director or the league operator or whatever's going on, so we can start trying to plan that. We'd love to come and do what we do here for you guys down there, promote everything, have some fun, meet everybody. We've done Niagara Falls, which was a large event. We've done Forebears tournament. We have one in September for Montana that's going to be quite big. We've had some bigger ones here, 2 big events coming up here, the Ashton Twins Classic and the Stampede Bar Box event. I'm going to be talking to a friend of mine about the Big Dog event coming up, Danny Davini. See if we might be able to work something out for that. So yeah, lots on the go. We try and do as much as we can. Albert, only 98 degrees. Wow. We had a beautiful day here in Calgary. It was about 75 degrees yesterday. That's 75 Fahrenheit. Oh. So she misses but doesn't leave that kick on now. Norm does have a bank to the bottom left here. Hey, El Capitan, thanks for tuning in. It's slow rolling all the way. There we go. And he's left this 8-ball. And yeah, the top left corner's got plenty of room there. There you go, guys. Send the information to Carla. We'll put it up on the event. We have 2 calendars on our website, which is qsportslive.com. One is the event calendar, which just shows everything that's going on, so you guys can use that as a central hub to plan for events if you're wanting to go and visit one in the States as well. And then we also have our streaming calendar, and that's the events that we've already committed to be at. So those are listed on there, and those are the ones where you know you can tune in. This charity event or fundraising event came up pretty quickly, so we just jumped in to do what we could to make sure it was a success and share some pool with you guys. Originally, we planned on having a couple of weeks off. But basically, there's pool any night of the week here in Calgary. You can find somewhere to be, somewhere to do. Nice shot there by Paul. Leaves her a really nice angle on this 1-ball. She may opt to take the 3-ball right now, but a little bit tougher to get shape off of the 3. So she's left him a tough cut. It's a tough cut. It's going to be thin, and he's going to have to hit this with authority, go up and down table here to get shape on that 8. Oh, got the nasty rub, I think. Hamza, my snooker break, I don't really play snooker. I play straight pool, run 70s in straight pool, which is pretty decent. It's a nice 8-ball put away there by Peggy. So score now 2-1. They're playing best of 4, so this will be the last game. See if they tie this match or if Paul and Peggy take it. So Norm racking up here, getting ready for the action. Solid second ball break, really good spread there. Makes 2 balls. Other than that 14 ball there near the 8, stripes look pretty good. Let's see if she can see that 10 ball here for the opening shot. Actually, the way that that 11's frozen to it, I don't think it goes. So she may be forced to shoot low ball just to get a run going. In which case, it's probably going to be the 3 ball. Three ball is on the right side, kind of near the closest to the side pocket there. That was a tough shot to actually play hard shape on because all she could do was follow it down. But Hamza, I can tell you, if you are a snooker fan, make sure that you tune in to next week's announcement that we will have. I see some more people have joined us, so thank you for joining us here on the stream on this Monday. I'm sure most of you are at work. We have a holiday today here in Canada, at least in Alberta, so that's why we are live. That and the fact that we're raising some money for a friend of ours here. Well, Paul tried to play safe, wanted to be a little bit tighter behind that 10 ball. He's left Joanne a shot at the 7. She can see the 7. Might be a little tight to actually play it to this bottom right corner. She's got the back cut, I think. That's what she's looking at. That's tough too. Or she has a possible bank. She may look at the 5 ball, but it's tough to see whether that goes. So let's see if she can actually see enough of this 7 ball to make it in the bottom right corner as we look at it. No. Looks like she's calling the bank, which is, yeah, that's just because of how much of that 7 ball she can see. She can't really see the 5 ball, so she has to shoot at something, has to shoot at this. Looks good from here. Oh. That's a good try there by Joanne. Nice little shot there by Peggy with the breakout. So she leaves Paul, well, straight in on this. He can either follow or he can stop it right where it is. Or he can draw out for shape. Leaves her the 9 ball. She may opt to go rail first on this ball just to get an angle out to the right side of the table so that that 10 or 11 goes. And how is everybody doing out there? Oh, she didn't decide to play it that way, which leaves him a tougher shot here. 10 ball, I guess, on the side. And he's got to try and get shape on this 13 as well, so a little bit of pressure on this shot. Patrick from Belgium, thanks for joining us, buddy. Lori, I'm hanging in there. I'm tired, worn out, and suffering from some pain, but I am hanging in there. It's a nice shot by Norm. Could have used a little bit bigger bounce there. So Patrick, tell me, how's the local patat? Right on, Mike. Glad to hear it. Thanks for joining us. I said, who is het met de patat daar? But I said half of it in English. Nice shot by Norm. All Joanne has to do is follow this down a little bit, leave him a big angle on it. Yeah, Ham's a little tough, but I'm doing my best here, so I appreciate you bearing with me. Well, Joe decided to do a little bit more with that ball, I think she tried to cheat the pocket a little bit to give him an angle off the rail, leave him an easier shot. Norm really didn't need that. He could have made it off the rail, no problem. Yeah, Patrick, I love the Vlaamse frieten. It's been a few years, but there was a great place in Amsterdam that used to have that. So, and for those of you that don't know and aren't following us, Belgium is world renowned for their French fries, and that's what we were talking about. I lived in Holland for many years, so I speak Dutch. Dutch is not Belgian, but very close, so most people from the two different countries can still understand each other. They're right next door to each other. So there we go, guys. That's the first match down, 2-2, so they tie that. This is a round-robin format that we're playing. I'm just going to take a quick break here for 2 minutes. Please do stick with us. We'll have another match coming right up. I'll be right. What's so good about the French fries? I guess the potatoes are good. It's just, I don't know. They just make them great. Holland and Belgium. It's kind of like a traditional snack type thing. It's like hot dogs, just like hot dogs. So hot dogs for the States at events. That's patat, as they call it, which is potatoes. French fries basically. You can go into a little snack bar late at night, and they scoop freshly done deep fried French fries into a little container for you there. And usually you either get it with mayonnaise or with ketchup or with both, or with a thing from Indonesia called satay sauce, which is a peanut sauce, which is fantastic. And that used to be my favorite. So yeah, do please stay with us here for a few minutes. I'm just going to take a quick break, and we'll have the next match coming up here in just a minute. I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, I am back. Hey, Leonard, thanks for joining us. Thanks, everybody, for staying with us. If you haven't done so, like and share that stream. I'm going to put this onto split screen, which is because we have 2 matches going on, but I can't fit all the names in here and only have 1 scoreboard up. Now, sorry, guys. I'm going to have to stick here with the action on just the 1 table. There you go, Patrick. Thanks for putting that link up. Find out about the big deal with French fries there in Europe, in Holland and Belgium. Germany's a little more famous for the beer and for the sausages, the bratwurst. And yeah, I spent most of my life as a kid there in Holland. I went to a European school, so speak Dutch, German, English, and enough French to get myself in trouble. So this is Paul and Peggy again, and I'm just going to change the opponents. Joey, who are you playing with? Dan. And yes, guys, that is the correct spelling of Joey. And yeah, Brad, the Dutch are big on cycling. Pretty much every road out there has a bike path next to it. There's even a town there in Holland, which is kind of like a training town for kids to go and learn road safety on the bicycles and stuff like that. And a lot of kids in Holland, at least they used to, at 16, you could get all you have to do is get insurance, and you could drive a 50cc motorcycle, and you could ride that on the bike paths. So what's going on out there, everybody? What's everybody doing other than watching us? Passing the time, slacking off at work. We don't care. We're having a holiday here, so that's why we're here. So Joey may have to try and safe up on this ball. Doesn't really go anywhere. She can really, if she can thin it, and just cover that 11 ball. She should be okay. But no, that's not going to be good enough. Paul's got quite a few balls here, you can see. Like the 11 on the side to start with, but painted your bathroom, Shanty. What color are you doing, girl? Lori, well, we'd rather have you here too. But you know what? If you get in on the contest we have going, the Ultimate Fan Contest, which I'll give the details of a little bit later again, you might get a chance to be here. Matt's supposed to be selling cars. I've worked at a few car dealerships over the years. Twice for a Hyundai dealership and once for Toyota. Who are you with? World of Warcraft? Man. I don't know. Gaming takes away your social life, man. I used to do that for a few years. Beta testing a lot of stuff. Was a pretty serious gamer. Takes up your life. My pool game dropped because of it. A rust terracotta. That's nice. You should have, Shanty. You could have come down here and found a partner. There were guys lined up looking for a lady so they could play. Married for 25 years. So are you telling me that because you're married, you have no social life? There we go. Nice 8-ball down. Oh, I see Patrick. Yeah, I can't do that anymore, man. Life's too precious. I got to get out and do something. I'd rather devote it to my pool game, which is what I do now. But I had several years when I was married and working a regular job that I did game quite a bit. Never played well though. It was a little too cartoonish for me. But this is going back to like about, I don't know, 2000. 2000 to maybe 2006, something like that. It was pretty serious on stuff. Shanty, come on, this was the best excuse you could have had today to get out of the house. I'm sorry to hear that, Patrick. Yeah, that's tough if you're hurt. I'm hurting myself, so I know how you're feeling, but I'm still trying to get out. Absolutely, Brad. Pool does trump video games. It's just unfortunate that the kids nowadays are not seeing it that way because we need more kids playing. There's a lot of wasted talent out there that doesn't know it yet. Len does do quite a bit with the youth here at his pool hall, so that's nice. And I've been talking to him about that. We're hoping to maybe grow that a little bit more. So Joey misses that stripe there. So it's still an open table. The 10-9 looks a little bit different now, but if you can get good shape on the 4-ball, low ball's not that bad either. They're just having a discussion, I think, about, pardon me, what the best choice would be. Two bad shoulders. Well, I've only got pain and problems with one shoulder, but it's all due to my neck. So it can cross back and forth a little bit. Goes into the pack there, rearranges the furniture a little bit. How'd he come out looking? Yeah, same for me, Patrick. I've tried to play a little bit, but it's really painful to do. Jim, these are 3.5 by 7 diamonds, Diamond Smart tables, with Simonis 860 tournament blue cloth and Cyclops balls. Oh, right on, Brad. That's AWA's league. Okay. Yeah, AWA's got a good thing going on there with their APA league, and so does Jeanette with hers. There are some fantastic APA leagues out there. Big representation. You guys have, what, 3 events or something like that in Vegas? 3 times a year for the playoffs, the Worlds, or whatever you want to call them. I guess Nationals. They are beautiful tables, Jim. Love to play on diamond tables. This venue has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 diamond tables in here. Currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 bar boxes valley tables. One of those will be leaving, and we're moving out 3 9-foots that are in here. And we had 3 snooker tables, so 6 by 12s. There's 1 in here now, but they're all going, and they're all being replaced by 8 9-foot diamond tables with Pro Cut pockets on there. Leonard, what's the temperature? It's not too bad. Let me just double check for you here. It is currently 23 degrees Celsius, which is 74 Fahrenheit. So beautiful weather here, and it is sunny. This is our May long weekend, which is a holiday. A lot of people are out of town. A lot of people tend to go camping. They tend to go out of town camping because Calgary always seems to get snowed on this May long weekend. This is the first time in a long time that it hasn't happened. Winter is supposed to be over, but we usually get a dump of snow for some reason around this time. We had a long winter here, pretty harsh, so we're happy to see some sun. And we went basically straight from winter into summer. Skipped the season. Oh, Peggy a little loose on that 11 ball there. They get let back in. Myrtle Beach, nice place, Jim. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, Leonard. They breed them pretty tough around this area. I've seen people dress the same way in winter. The winters are pretty harsh up here. It's kind of like East Coast. Well, that's where you are, isn't it, Leonard? You're East Coast, so your winters are pretty nasty as well. So as soon as it warms up a little bit, people tend to throw on some lighter gear. Yeah, I just checked the weather on the thing. I think it takes it from out at the airport. So, but yeah, it's 23, 25 degrees, something like that. So Kyle, if you're in your backyard, why didn't you come down? Come down and watch us live and have something to drink, cool off, stay in the shade for a bit. Well, I think she's left Dan enough room to see this one ball. One ball down the rail, that'll have a natural angle to bump the two ball out. Hey Brad, and have you seen her lately? I always wonder if she's doing well. She still has that nice deal going with Brunswick. I know she was getting out a little bit more, playing a few events. She doesn't do as much as she used to, but it's always good to see her get out. It's one lady with a smooth stroke. Her and Laurie John Jones both have a smooth stroke, so both of them are kind of back in it. Laurie John's been doing really well lately. Just left Miyuchi Q's and signed with a new Asian Q manufacturer. Wow, and that didn't drop. Sorry, Jim, what exactly is that event that's in 2 weeks? What's going on there? Leonard, I'm not sure. Until it's done, we didn't have a massive turnout. This is kind of a charity or fundraising event. It's a holiday here, so not too many people turned up. I think we have 5, maybe 6 teams. So we're playing them off in a round robin, best of 4s. And we may do 2 rounds. Last night was kind of an early night as well. We finished about 9 o'clock our time. The other days have been kind of late. So I'll be on as long as they are here and needed, but it could finish up early. Oh, the Tri-Cup, okay. And who was it that was just on here from New York area? Ginky's Memorial Tournament's coming up here right away, isn't it? A couple of days? Always good players, always a great turnout there for the Ginky Memorial. Yeah, it is busy running events. We do that as well. We've had a couple of events where we've actually been the tournament directors as well. Having to use CompuSport, do the draws, do the commentary. The CCS from, which was the Canadian Western Championships we had a couple of weeks back. We were running that event as well, so we were all very busy, spread a little thin. You're welcome, Leonard. So Joey's kicking at this 8-ball, which is short side, tough kick. Gets the hit, but not the make. Well, you guys can take a break, but make sure you come back. Really, a place called Bee's Knees? Well, I don't know about for the States, but in the UK, where I was born, that is a slang expression for meaning something to be great or fantastic. They call it the Bee's Knees. The Worlds? Okay. So you qualify for both, Jim? It's a dual sanctioned league? Canada is a beautiful country. I have not traveled Canada, though, as extensively as I've traveled the States. I got to be honest, I grew up with a lot of American kids. Nice 8-ball bank there. Went to an American school for a while. Used to pledge allegiance to the flag every day. Was American Cub Scout, Webelow, and Eagle Scout. And I'm probably more American than a lot of people. I like Canada, but I love the States. Yeah, Ginky was in South Carolina there, yeah. But the New York scene has some great players there. Tony Robles, Earl Strickland, bunch of good guys there. Somebody was mentioned Pennsylvania that they were in earlier. Of course, Darren Appleton was there in PA. New England's got a really nice pool tour. Old friend of mine that I haven't talked to in years. She runs a tour there called the Ride the Nine Tour. Gloria Jean is her name. Really nice tour. Shooters in close to Rhode Island there is real nice. Nice pool hall. Mike DeShane played out of there. So Leonard, where do you usually play, buddy? What's your local pool hall for you? Yeah, I appreciate everybody that's here with us. Just having a little bit of fun, raising a little bit of funds here for one of our friends who suffered a stroke a few weeks back. That's Karen Doucette, Norm Doucette's wife. Norm's playing in this. We're trying to help them recoup the cost so they can cover some of their bills here for this month because Karen can't work. So they appreciate everybody tuning in and watching as well. Donations are welcome, but not mandatory. If anybody'd like to do that, you can let me know. I'll give you the details on how to do that. We'll make sure it gets to them. And of course, we do have our raffle going off. And just in between the next match, I'll flash that up. It's for an ultimate fan experience that we're doing. You can buy a ticket and win a trip to Canada. We'll look after you, enter you in one of the larger events that's going on here. Guest commentate with us, a bunch of stuff. I'll give you the details in a little bit again. And if you haven't yet done it, please share the stream to any of the groups that you're members of out of there. Oh yeah, Carolinas have so many. Shannon the Cannon Dalton. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen him. Well, they're looking good here. I don't know why she's shooting the 4 ball. I think the right shot here is the 3 ball. To follow down shape for the 2, but she decided to go for shape onto the 2 that way. So let's see if she takes a 6 or takes this ball on the side. If she takes a 7 in the side, then the 6 has lots of room to get back up table for the 3 and the 5. Which she does. So now it's a little easier to get shape come 1 rail up table. For the 3. 5 only goes in this bottom left pocket or into the side. Hey, Danny. Thank you for joining us. Make sure, if you can, that you share that stream. Let some of your buddies know what's going on here. We do appreciate you watching. And what are you up to today, Danny? Are you at work? We have a holiday here in Canada, so we are doing a little bit of pool, a little of fundraising, having a little bit of fun. We've been here pretty much for, this is day 5 for us. I'm on my own today for most of the day. We should be concluding the in-house 50-50 draw. We have our contest going on. All the green fees from all these tournaments that have been going on for the last 4 days and today are being donated by Len of the Leather Pocket to Karen Doucette, who's recovering from a stroke here. Oh, Larry's a good player too. Good bar box player. Yeah, I chatted with him a little bit last year. No, sorry, not last year. Year before down in Vegas at the BCA. It's a nice bank, but doesn't really leave the best angle here for Joey on this 8 ball. All right, on, Danny. Thank you. How is the lobster out there? Yeah, we had almost 100 people tuned in here a little bit earlier, so looks like a couple of people had to run for some stuff. So Joey tried to play safe there. Probably about the best you could do is leave him a little bit awkward. I think the back cut. I like the back cut here on the 15, just because it's natural 3-rail shape to get onto that 12 ball, but he's calling the bank. See, I think that was a tougher shot than just the cut. Right on, Danny. I am not big on seafood. There are a few different types of fish that I will eat now and then. Let me put it this way: if you take me to a Red Lobster restaurant, I usually just eat the biscuits. I fit in Alberta, though. There's a lot of beef here. I don't eat as much as I used to. It's mainly chicken. Well, she wouldn't have done him any favors if that ball had dropped. As it stands, though, that could have been a lot worse for that 8 ball. And she's going to be forced by hitting this 8 ball to actually break out these 2 ball. Yeah, Dan's just telling me that the combinations lined up there, but yeah, she doesn't have a lot to shoot at here. I'd be looking to just thin this 8 in between the 2 and go a little bit down table. You got to make sure you get a rail, though. It's a twitchy shot. It's not too bad at all. She left him a back cut, but that could have been a lot worse. We're playing BCA rules here, guys. Not too many differences to what you guys are probably playing in the league, other than if you scratch on the 8 and don't put the 8 down, it's not a loss. It's just ball in hand. If you scratch on the break, it's ball in hand anywhere on the table, not behind the line. I don't know if you can actually see this 8 ball here. Does not look like it. Has a possible jump or a kick. The jump's tough, and the jump is tough just because it's coming down closer to the 8 ball, which means it's going to be bouncing there. So he is going airborne. This is going to be... It's going to be a tough jump. It's real tough to get that amount of height, but still come down, to hit the 8. You don't want to be hitting the 8 on top. Plus that cue ball is making a beeline to that bottom left corner, so it's tough. Jump shots are legal, yes. Yeah, both an 8 ball and 9 ball for BCA rules, and 10 ball. And that was a problem there, yeah. So in a lot of rules, that would actually be a loss of game. But for BCA rules, it is not. That's just classed as a foul. I think she had the right shot there going forward. I mean, she can go the other way and draw. It doesn't really matter. Looks like she might be overthinking this a little bit. Sometimes you just got to go with your gut there, do what you first thought. I think that's a fine way to shoot it. Oh, that works. She left him okay. He's going to be floating towards that 8, so he's got to hold it a little bit. She kind of determined there what his angle was going to be for the 8 ball. So Peggy and Paul, they lead 2-1. We're just playing best of fours here, round robin. All those games are going to get tallied up. That's going to determine the top 2 teams. And then I think we'll have the top 2 teams play off against each other, probably for first and second. It's kind of what we did with the team event yesterday. We had 3-man teams going yesterday. Hope you guys enjoyed that if you tuned in. We appreciate it if you did. I think we got here. I think we got out of here maybe about 9 o'clock at night, something like that. So I'm not sure what time this is going to run till today, but we will be here covering all of it. And we'll also try and do the draw online for the 50-50. That's being done here in-house. We're not doing that. Basically, sounds like most of the proceeds from that should be going to Norman Karen as well. But if any of you did want to get in on that, you're welcome to. I believe it's 5 or 6, Danny. Hey, Joshua, thanks for joining us. And I'll just double check with you. Did you receive your ticket in your inbox? If you haven't seen it yet, check your pending messages. I filled in the ticket for you earlier, so that should be going in. And good luck on that draw when we get it done here. Hope you win, buddy. Would be nice to see you come up here. Lori, this is it's a round robin, so I think the teams are playing their second match here. Quick races to 4, but we may do 2 rounds. We want to make sure that these guys get their money's worth, so to speak, for the entry. And of course, because they're opting to be here today to support Karen, that it's not just a quick day out at the pool hall. Great, Joshua. Okay. At least that's taken care of. And when this match concludes here, I will flash up that contest that we were talking about there. We are doing our Ultimate Fan Contest. It's going to be a great trip. So Paul has this one ball here. I don't think he wanted to push past the 6 that way, but it does work out. All she has to do is follow forward just a little bit. She follows forward just a little bit. She'll have not the easiest shot, but that 2 does cut. Of course, it doesn't cut if she overruns shape here by going forward too much. No, she left him a great angle. He's going to be going pretty flat into that 8 ball. It's going to be getting pushed down towards the rail. So he wants to hit this soft so he can kind of float it. Oh no, he hit it good. He drew into it. It's a nice shot there by Paul. Leaving Peggy this 8 ball straight in the corner there. A little bit of a cut. Perfect. It's well done. So Paul and Peggy win that match here, 3-1. While we're looking at what's coming up here for the next match, I'm going to flash up the contest that we have. So this is it, guys. This is our Ultimate Fan Experience. We're only doing 100 tickets, only 100. They're $50 Canadian each, which works out to be about 40 US. And for that, if you win, here's what you'll get. You'll get a flight to Calgary and back to wherever you are. That's anywhere in North America. We're going to put you up in a hotel. We're going to feed you. You're going to pay for your meals there. Transportation to and from the event. Pay your entry into the event. You're going to get a chance to meet the players, meet local players, guest commentate with us. There'll be challenge matches. Basically hang out with us and see how it is we do everything. Depending on when the tickets sell out, it'll either be for the Ashton Twins Classic, which is coming up. That's a ladies-only event. So if you are a gentleman and win that, you're going to get a chance to play some challenge matches against Stephen Holm, Ben Francis, possibly Grant and myself as well, if there's time. And for every one of those that you win, you'll get $50. If you're a lady, you'll get entered into the draw here. Or sorry, into the tournament. If it doesn't go there at the Ashton Twins, or by the time the Ashton Twins are up, then we will do it for the Stampede Bar Box. That's July 6th to 8th, and that one is basically a big event as well. Calgary kind of shuts down for our Stampede Week here. It's a big event that people come to from all over the world. Time to party it up. The whole town shuts down. There's a big party. There are fairground attraction rides, big rodeo, lots of stuff going on.
Paul and Peggy against Michelle and Rayner.
And it looks like we have our next match up right away. Non-stop action here. I don't know if I can fit this in for you guys. But it's Michelle and Rayner versus Paul and Peggy here. Paul with a big break. Thanks for staying with us, guys. Peter, thank you for joining us. Please share the stream if you have the opportunity to do so and haven't done so yet. And also, guys, if you haven't done it yet, make sure that you, of course, like our page so you get the notifications there when we go live. But also like our page or subscribe to our page on YouTube. We have still just under 2,000 subscribers there, which is a big difference from what we have on Facebook. If you subscribe on there and set your permissions to public so that we can see you as a subscriber, you're going to get automatically entered into a draw for a free queue. And we're going to do that when we hit 2,000 subscribers. So other than subscribing and setting your permissions to public, you don't have to do a thing there to have a chance at winning a free queue. So take a couple of minutes to do that. And yes, you can watch along on YouTube or on Facebook. And don't forget to check out the archives. We have lots. Oh, Rayner missing that 14 ball there. So Peggy comes to the table. She has this 4 ball here. Nice and easy. Bumps the 7. I'm not sure whether she meant to do that. Changes things a little bit. Looks like Paul's going to be probably shooting the 1 ball here because the 5's a little twitchy. Tough to see if that 5 passes the 8 there. Brad, I don't know. It'll depend at the time what we have, but I can promise you it will be worth it. Oh, Patrick, no. For Facebook, we've hit over 2,000 viewers, depending on what the event is on the live stream. We have somewhere around 20 to 25,000 subscribers. Yeah, sorry, this is just the start of this match here, Brian. So it's not 3-1, this is 0-0. That was up from the last match. But yes, this is a best of 4. Oh, wow, that's a nice shot there by Peggy. Real nice carom shot there. He may... as I said, I can't really see if that 5 goes past the 8. I think it does. May have half a pocket to shoot at. So he may decide to draw 1 rail out on this for that 7 ball that's up there. Nope, he decides to give her the shape on the 5. If she plays forward, this will give her natural shape to the 7, but getting back down for that 2 is not easy. She's going to need a good angle on that. The 7 does go in the same corner, so she could do kind of a Z shot here and come below it, but let's see if she knows that shot. No, she may, looks like she may decide to go safe here. She could do that too. The 2 ball, chip the 2 ball out and land behind the 8. As long as that 14 is covered, she's pretty good. Lots of options. Oh, she gets the cut. See, and that's what I was afraid of, was coming up short there on that 7 ball. Now she's left Paul a shot. It's not easy. He'd have to actually draw into this 9 ball and down if he wants to take the 7. So he may opt for that safe or aim for the cut here. It looks like he's going for the cut on that 2-ball. It's a big shot, too. Doesn't get it. So I'll look for Michelle to take this 14 ball here. And leave Rayner this 9 ball inside. Oh, she overhit it a bit. Guess the 13 goes, so that works too. He's going to be bumping this 9 a little bit, pushing it forward. So let's hope he gets a good angle for her. That'll work. She doesn't need to do anything other than follow that ball down. Ooh. Wow. It's a good thing that 2-ball was there. She's left him a tough cut on this 8. He may opt to try and cross bank it to the top left corner. That way he could leave the cue ball down here. Looks like that's what he is calling. That's just a smarter shot on the leave in case something happens. Oh, I'm not sure why he's shooting it forward then. See, if I go for that, I want to bun that cue ball right down on that bottom rail, leave it tough so that they have no shot on that 7. This is a tougher shot on the 7, but it does bank now. It's a lot tougher to bank off of the rail. And she plays safe. That's a nice leave. She's going to leave Michelle the back bank, but well, she decides she's going to kick at it, which is not a bad choice either. It's going to be a good hit. And she gets a little bit lucky on the leave, frozen up to that 7 ball. I think Paul should just thin off of this 7 ball, come down table. It's about the best he's going to be able to do out of it. This is not a shot you want to try and make somewhere off of something magical, not when you're selling out. If you miss. Wants a big bounce here. Well, he wanted a big bounce to be on the left rail, or he wanted a little less speed to cover, but he's left this on. Brad? It's Michelle. One of the waitresses here. I have a decent idea of her skill level. I'm not really sure that she did play to make it because it was totally unnecessary. But I'll try and ask her afterwards. So miss on the 8 ball means that Peggy's got a good chance here to. Oh, she almost had the double swish. Well, that's going to be a sellout. So they give him that game. Sorry, Patrick, what are you saying no to there, buddy? Oh, yeah. Yeah, she'll be right there with you. She did not want to miss, that's for sure. Well, that was Michelle's break there. Is that legal? Did 4 balls hit a rail? That's the question. All right. Right on, Patrick. I'll be sure to let him know. Yeah, Michelle's more of a rec player. She doesn't play much. I think he miscued on that ball. No, I don't think so, Brad, because there's no conferring at the table. There's not under these rules. Wow. Reiner gets the swish there. He was going for the breakout, but needed to be lower on that cue ball for it. Needed basically straight side rather than follow. That follow shortened up that angle, so it came off the rail steeper towards that top left. That's all right, Brad. She was going to make the ball and hope to leave in shape. Wow, that's lucky. That 8 ball almost dropped. That would have been a loss. So the tables definitely open up a little bit more now. That 10 ball does go down the rail from this this bottom side of the table. So stripes are on for a run. Opts to take that 6 ball, which is not too bad. I'd be looking at taking that 5 ball right now while it's there. 5-4 and then the 3, because you can get shape on the 3. And that's where you'll see a little bit of difference with the players that are not been playing as long, not as such an advanced level. That they'll be more about making a shot rather than getting shape on the next shot. Because the pattern there was to shoot the 5, the 4, then take that 3 and get shape on the 1. But we'll see what Paul does here. Goes to the bank and banks a little bit long. Yeah, most of them are local players, so we do. And like I said, Michelle, actually, she's the manager here at the Leather Pocket. Len is the owner, so Michelle doesn't play too much. No, Brad, there's no handicaps. This is mixed, so you'll see different skill levels here. It's mixed open. We play a lot of open events here in Calgary because it forces you to play better, to learn to be able to compete against better players. Handicaps even things out to a point where it slows advancement. So most of us here are not really a fan of handicaps. It's just the way it's always been around here. It's the way a lot of us grew up. A lot of us are good players and strong players because of that exact reason. We had to get better in order to hang with the guys that we were playing against all the time. Nice little cut. She does let loose on that cue ball a little bit, but that's not done him any harm. I think we may see Reiner take the 13 ball here. Because it looks like that 14 is really tight into the top right corner or doesn't go. So, well, if he's playing shape on it off of this 12, which is a natural angle, it must go. Of course, he could play shape on the 11 as well. Well, I'm not sure why he went that route. It's left paw with a back cut, but it does go. Not the easiest to cut, but it does go. If he puts draw on this ball, he could slow the roll on that cue ball and leave shape. Which is what he's doing here, or is he going for the bank? He likes the bank. No, he goes for the cut and draws it. Oh. Wow. Well, that's unfortunate. So they give him that game by putting the 8 down that way. Score is tied up 1-1 in this best of 4. Paul not too happy with himself. And while Peggy has the break here, I'm just going to jump on Facebook myself and share our stream. So that's a decent break. Yes, Blaine, it's best of 4. They're playing a round robin, so it's based on 1 games. So sorry, guys, just away from the commentary for a second. I'm sharing this to about 30 or 40 groups that I'm a member of, just so some people that I know that are out there can get a look in at what we're doing here. Takes me a little bit to do this. Arizona pool players, why is that a secret group? Oh, okay. Why is it most of the regional groups that are out there are closed or secret groups? You guys don't want outsiders coming in, huh, or knowing what's going on? That doesn't fit with what we're doing. We want everybody to watch. We want to grow the game. The province I'm in, Jim, is we're in Alberta. We're in Calgary, which is one of the larger cities. Victoria Day, which is the Queen Mum, because Canada used to be part of the Commonwealth. Oklahoma's friendly. There we go. Oklahoma Pool Players. That's a public group. Hustlers and Pool Players is definitely a closed group. Yep. All right, that'll do. Hope we get some more people coming and tuning in here. We had about 100 people watching a little bit earlier, which was great. Made for good conversation. A little tough to be on the mic alone, just talking to myself and calling the shots. So Paul didn't really have a shot there. He was frozen up against that 12 ball. That's Michelle going for here. I can't see if she's going for the 1 or the 2. Oh, she almost had it with the little rub there. I can move it over to the right, but
People seeing how bad this match is?
they are. They're watching away there, Paul. It's all right. You've already got some fans out there. I think that's going to depend on, you know, you can swipe left to get those comments out of the way there. I don't know if I can place this anywhere better. That's going to cover the pockets. I can move it over there to the right there. Does that work for you there? Hey, Mark and Gloria. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Felicity, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in. How are you and John doing? Hope you guys are well. He is busy as always, I see. I keep seeing lots of posts. Not on your iPad, Shanty? I don't know. Swipe left, swipe right. I don't know. I'm not on Tinder. I never have been, so I don't know how any of that stuff's supposed to work. Glad to hear it, Felicity. It's been a while since I've seen you guys. Are you going to be at the BCA in July at any point? You and John going down? Hey, Mike, welcome back. Thanks again. Yeah, if things go well, I'm trying to make it down, Felicity, and should be working the Viking booth for a couple of weeks. So I'll make sure I try and catch up with you guys and say hi. I saw John last year and said hi, but didn't manage to catch you. I think you were up in the hotel room at that time. And then I was busy for most of that event, as you know. And for those of you wondering, it's no longer a big secret. So Felicity is actually married to John Schmidt, Mr. 400. The man with the plan on straight pool. Fantastic player, absolutely wonderful person as well. Nicest guy you'll ever meet if you have a chance. Go up and say hi. And we really appreciate that Felicity's taking time to watch this. Felicity is, of course, from a different province, but here in Canada originally. So we appreciate her supporting the competition in Calgary rather than BC. Wow, I'm not sure what happened there. Was that a foul? Did you foul on that, Michelle? Rainer. I'm just going to double check here and see what happens. That may have been a foul there on the 8 ball. She double hit it?
That's a loss there. She lost. Yeah. She was honest about it.
Yeah, Michelle says that she double hit that ball, so. Yeah, I just wanted to double check. I figured that's what it was, but I thought I'd ask. So, have I solved the problem with the swiping comments? Oh, thanks, Felicity. We need it. The community's too small in this country. That's why we spend so much time down south. And are you picking up a cue now and then? Are you still playing with a Miyuchi? Perfect. I'll try and remember that for you. And just in case you don't know, Felicity, we've been here for 4 days just covering an event every day. Today, of course, because of the stat, we're covering it as well, but we're doing it as kind of a fundraiser. Norm Doucette, one of the local players here, who years back, down in Vegas, actually killed over at one of the VNEA events and ended up having to have a heart transplant. Norm's played for years, well-known player. His wife, Karen, had a stroke a couple of weeks back, so she's off work, and we decided to do a little bit of fundraising. So the green fees from these tournaments is going towards them. We've had a 50-50 draw going. We've had some donations come in online, so we're just pulling together as the Calgary community to show our love and appreciation for them and help them out a little bit. Yeah, see, I got a good memory for cues, don't I? Can't remember how long ago it was we really talked, but I remember Miyuchi's from back then. And you're playing One Pocket now, right? Wow, that's a good game. It's a little slow for me, but we have one raffle, Felicity, a new one, and it's what we're calling our Ultimate Fan Experience. I flashed that up in between the matches there. Basically, it's 50 Canadian for a ticket, which is about 40 US. And we're going to fly the winner from anywhere in North America and back to us in Calgary, get them entered in an event. They get a chance to hang out with us. They'll get to guest commentate, meet all the players that are involved in the event. We're doing that for, if we get them all sold in time for the Ashton Twins Classic, that'll be the one that they're coming to. So if it's a gentleman that wins that, they'll get to play some sets against some of the local talent and win 50s if they win their matches. If they lose, they don't lose anything. And if it's a lady, she's going to get an entry into the Ashton Twins Classic. And, of course, there's going to be a lot of ladies pros there. That's a pro-am event. Who all do I know that's going to be there? Well, Joanne and Bev Ashton, of course, are going to be there. Bonnie Plowman's going to be there. Emily Duddy, April Larson, Vivian Villarreal, a ton of talent. Even I think someone from Japan was coming. Sorry, guys, just getting some incoming messages here, so. Hey, Gene, how you doing there in Des Moines? I have to talk to my buddy, Danny Davini there, and see whether we might be able to do something about coming down there to... Thanks, Felicity. We'll see you in a bit. Take care. Yeah, Gene, so I need to talk to him about maybe going to do some coverage at the Big Dogs event. We'd love to be there, so I'm going to see if that's something we might be able to arrange. Glad to hear it, Gene. And thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. So, guys, looks like we have a 3-1 finish there. As I said, this is a round-robin event, so everybody's playing everybody. I'm just going to take a quick break here, if you guys don't mind. I'll only be away for a couple of minutes. Just need to answer a couple of messages here on the phone. And we'll have our next match coming up in just a second here, so please stay with us. We appreciate everybody here with us. It's a holiday in Canada, so we have time, but I know a lot of you guys are at work. So thanks so much. I'll be right back here, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. Dave Harding here on the mic. Thanks for staying with us. I had to answer a couple of messages there that were coming in. Hope everybody out there is still doing great. Thank you for joining us here today. That's too bad, Gene. It takes a while to get back into it, huh? The endurance is always the biggest thing. Gene, this is day 5. So today is the final day. We will be doing the 50-50 draw later today. We let Len and the staff run that in-house because it's all basically for going to Karen. We didn't do it as one of ours. Nor do we have a Q raffle going, but we should have one going by the next time we're live. It should be for an OB Rift Breaker. But we do have our Ultimate Fan Contest going, which is a great thing to get in on. Going to be pretty close to an all-expenses-paid trip to Calgary. I know they've just started here on this. There's action going on the second table here as well. If you have just joined us or just tuning in, please share the stream. The more the merrier here watching. We appreciate everybody taking time out of their day to be here. It's a holiday here in Alberta. It's a nice shot there by Michelle. She's left him a long 10 ball here, but he should be okay with this. Yeah, nicely done. Would have liked to have been a little bit closer, but that still works. Leave Michelle this 8 ball in the top right as we look at it. Oh, she rattled it. She didn't line up. Didn't line up the way she should have on it. So yes, we've been here for, this is day 5, guys. We've been covering a bunch of little events that we had here to try and fundraise for one of our friends, Karen Doucette. That's Norm Doucette's wife. Norm's a player here in town. Nice shot there. This is going to be a tough 3 ball. He's basically got to go right across the table and back on this 3 ball. Oh, didn't hit it hard enough. He needed to be pretty straight on that 4 ball and make the 3 so that he could get down for the 2 there. Rayner's got a tight little cut here on the 8 ball. Wow. I said it was a tight little cut. She may try and play safe here. Yeah, which she does. And yeah, she gets it. Leave Michelle a kick here. She's got to make sure that she comes in bottom rail first, ideally. Oh, it was close. That was a good time. Or a good try, I mean. Yeah, you don't want to be coming straight into that because you're likely to follow it in. So you always want to be going for the bottom rail there, kind of cutting it back in. So you guys are watching, but I had to step away there for a little bit. So I'll make sure that I get the correct scores in just a second here, as soon as they're done with this rack. I think he called safe there, which is a legal shot. You can put your ball down and not call it as a shot. 8-ball, of course, is still a call shot game. Technically, we don't call the obvious shots, but if you don't call a ball or purposely say it's no call, then you can do what he just did there, which is playing safe. And it paid off. She now has ball in hand. She can take the 2-ball here and leave an angle to draw up for the 4-ball, or she can take the 4 and draw back down a little bit for the 2. Leonard, which Steph are you saying hi to? Sorry, if you're saying hi to somebody that's tuning in on the stream that's not one of our Facebook friends, we may not see them coming on. Well, that's strange. I didn't see Stephanie come online. Thanks for tuning in, Steph. That's nicely done. So I'm just going to get a quick score update. Okay, I was just checking on the scores there, guys. So this is a round robin that they're doing, and the wins count, but also apparently the points count. I cannot track all the scores here for you guys as far as the points go, because I can't see all the matches that are going on. Chris, did my voice change? I don't know. Hey, Russ, thank you. Carla, thanks for tuning back in again. And Steph, for some reason you weren't popping up there as tuning in, so thanks for joining us. How are you doing and what are you up to, Steph? Well, that was an interesting try at a jump shot there. And Brad, that's okay. If you've been away from it from a while, it always feels like that when you first get back. Give yourself a couple of weeks and see how you're doing then. Well, I'm not sure if she called that one. If she did, that was a good shot. It's unfortunate that she followed it in there. Definitely changes this rack, though. So Michelle gets ball in hand here. Let's see if they're thinking the same way as far as the pattern goes. So a lot of the times, depending on how the table lays, I like to work one half of the table and then the other, like she's kind of doing here. But when there's a lot of back and forth in between traffic, sometimes you might want to just take one side. So, you know, could have started with the 13 or the 10 or with the 12 or the 9 or the 14. But we'll see how they do here. That looks really tight on that 12 ball, so she may still she may have to shoot the 10 here. Yeah. She does nicely. Put it in there anyway, but shape is tough. That's why I liked starting on that side of the table. He's got a real tough cut here on the 12 ball to this bottom left as we look at it, so that's a possibility. Makes the ball, but overran it a bit. Wow. That's unlucky. If he'd have grazed that 4 ball, he might have been good. She's going to have to go rail first. Rail first to try and cut this in. That was close. It's a good effort by her. Good effort by Michelle. So Sean gets to the table. I'd have been taking that 3 ball, I think, right now. Yeah, I like starting with the 3 ball and then taking the 2 with the ball in hand. She draws across nicely, though. Just a touch of check side on there to draw it down. That's a great shot. It's going forward here. I prefer draw myself. Overran it by quite a ways. She's got the 7 here in the side. But she's going to be floating away from that 4 ball. So she can slow roll this. Leave the 4 ball to this bottom left. Doesn't want to overhit it, or she could go heavy and come around. This leaves him a pretty straight 4-ball. All he's got to do is hold that cue ball there to leave the 8 in the top left. Like that. Yeah, nicely done. She puts that away. They now lead 2-0 in this race to, best of 4. This is a round robin event. Looks like we had 5 teams. Jack and Jill Scotch. Just a tiny tournament. Raise a little bit of funds here for Karen Doucette. And bring you guys a little bit of pool here on what for us is a slow weekend, with it being a holiday. So I do not know what time we will be here till. It could be early, it could be late. They may choose to do a second round, do it all over again, give the players their money's worth, let them have a good time, make it worthwhile for getting out of the house on this beautiful day. It's about 75 degrees here in Calgary and sunny. It's nice weather for us. You guys are quiet out there. Can you guys actually hear me? That's a decent spread, but nothing down. Looks like choices for the 6-4 combo or taking the 13, depending on what he likes. I actually, other than that 14 ball, I like high ball. Thanks, Bill and Carla. Appreciate it. All right, on Shanty. Was that your first coat? You got to go back and do it again later? And tell me that you're going to watch us instead of sitting there and watching the paint dry. And for those of you that don't know, Shanty Farrell is a local Calgary lady player. Shoots pretty sporty, I tell you that. I'm sure you guys will see her on the stream at some point here. We try to showcase all the local talent. And as I was telling her earlier, she should have gotten down here. She could have found a partner. We had some gentlemen show up wanting to play that couldn't find a female partner. Oh, you're welcome, Shanty. Come on, it's Calgary. It's tough to find somebody that doesn't know how to hold a cue and use it. And for those of you wondering about Carla there, Carla is part of our team, looks after our website, administrative things. Carla, I have some player profiles for you as well, which we'll hold on to until we can get them to you. Once again, Shanty, you could have accomplished something on the pool table by coming down. Yes, Carla, more typing for you, but it'll be worth it all in the end. Matt, there would have been some objections. I did suggest that we might let a couple of the guys play together and possibly handicap them, but I was told that not everybody would be okay with that, so we're keeping it true, Jack and Jill. I haven't checked them, Carla, so I want to make sure that they're legit. We don't want any more coming in like Bob Leonard's. It was an amusing read, but really doesn't help us establish anything. Exactly. Yes, there were some good ones in there. What am I going to do? I love where it says full name and people just put Jeremy or, you know. Thanks. Well, I guess, Matt, if it was an official big event, we might have to go by what the actual sex is that's listed on the driver's license or birth certificate. I'm not sure identifying would be just enough. If so, and you guys are okay with it, then I may put on a skirt and play in the Ashton Twins Classic. I could use the money. Not that there aren't some great ladies playing in that, but I might stand a chance. No, I'm not saying I would win, Gene. I'm saying I'd have a pretty decent chance. Anybody's capable of winning. It's just a great event to play in, and as a guy, I can't play in it, so. Well, then it definitely didn't happen, Gene. You know what? If you guys want to see it, I might be able to find it. I'd have to talk to my mother who's in the UK, but for a little donation, maybe towards Karen, I might do it. I think there's a picture of me as a kid at a Scottish wedding wearing a kilt. That's about as close as you'll get to seeing me in a skirt. I was a cute kid, though. Well, she can come rail first to make this ball, for sure. Nicely done. Well, the turnover table here. Shell looks like she's going for this 3 in the side. I kind of like taking the 7 ball there, but she hits it good. Kind of on the 50-yard line for that 7 ball, so he may go for the 5. Nicely done. He leaves her a long shot, though. We'll see if Michelle knows how to work the table a little bit here. She's going to come one rail up. Leave him a shot here on this 8-ball. Go forward and leave him a shot. All the way back up table. Oh, needed to hit it a little bit harder. That is a tough, tough cut. I think the cut that tough, he's either got to go for a bank or he's got to play safe. He looks like he's calling the bank. No, and on these diamond tables, you got to hit him pretty clean. That may have been close to in or in on a valley table, but not on these. So Katie's left with a bank or a possible safe. Well, she's thinking. She knows that I think she's calling a cross bank because she knows there's no shape on the 8 otherwise. It's a decent try. Leaves a tough shot for Michelle. So for anybody that's just tuned in, if you haven't yet done so, please take this opportunity to share the stream to wherever you can. Nice 8-ball there by Michelle all the way down. Nicely done. So they're bringing one back. This is a best of. Races to 4. Apparently they are also counting the balls, so unfortunately I won't be able to tell you exactly who the winner is until we've tallied everything up at the end. But at least it's a little bit of pool to watch, something to do on your Monday. We appreciate everybody joining us. Standard, I think, on the valleys is 4.5, somewhere around that. A little bit wider on the... I don't know, the pockets just seem to be a little bit more forgiving on the valley tables. You know, if you're slow rolling a ball and it's not too steep of a cut, anywhere within that first diamond, it'll still drop. The side pockets are a little bit tighter on the valley tables. And some of it has to do with the way the tables play because there's a difference in rail height. The profile on the rail is different. The diamonds are cut to what we call a K55 standard, and the valleys have K66 rails. So that means the contact point of the cue ball is a little bit higher up on the cue ball on the K66s, so on the valleys, which means you're getting a little bit of forward momentum every time it hits the rail, so it slows the path of the ball, whereas the K55 hits closer to dead center on the cue ball, which means that you get a natural roll and it doesn't slow down as much. Sorry, a little bit of tech talk there. I do actually know what I'm talking about and doing on the table. Although if you watch me right now, it wouldn't look like it. I'm playing hurt, so if I get everything fixed with my neck here, hopefully I'll be back at it. I do teach as well, give lessons, so that's part of the knowledge. Being able to help people with things is explaining things and why things happen and how they work and all that good stuff. And the table size, Gene, is just the same. It's 3.5 by 7. That's a nice shot by Michelle. She leaves him a big angle to come in onto the top of that 14 ball and break these 14 and 12 out. And that worked out pretty well for them, I tell you that. take the 14. She might glance the 9. No, she gets past it. So he's going to go forward on this 9 ball. Oh, looks like you can see the 12. I thought he'd go forward on the 9 and leave shape on the 12. Twitchy. Yeah, it's a little lucky. It does go by. So she's got the 9 on the side or the back cut on this 15 ball. Just going for the back cut. Which is nicely done. Nice back cut. He needs to go forward with this 9 ball down towards that bottom rail. The tangent line is going to take him to about halfway between the pocket and the first diamond, and he'll then put a little bit of left English on to check it up so that they can see the 8. Just like so. Well, at least she doesn't have to worry about scratching, so all she's got to focus on here is the actual make of the ball. I say not worry about scratching, but wow. If she'd have hit it right, she didn't have to worry about scratching. If the 8 had been in, there would have been no scratch, that's for sure. That is not loss of game, that's just ball of hand. These are BCA rules. So it's ball in hand to Katie and Sean here. I think Katie might want to start with the 4 ball, leave a little bit more room. There's lots of ways to play this, though. Sean could draw off of this 3 ball or take the 6. They want an angle to be behind the 4 on the right side of the table, of course. Doesn't look like it goes. Goes now. It's being bumped out. So I look for Katie to put this 1 ball in the side, leave shape on the 4 or the 6. Shape on the 4 is natural. Then she could, Sean could follow it down in his next shot, put the 6 in the left side, and draw down a little bit for the 8. That should be a good out there. Yeah, so. Well, he's a little bit straighter on the 6. Yeah, I think what I called there is the right way to go. Follow it down just a little bit, put the 6 on the side, leave an angle to draw down. He's thinking about making the shot as easy as possible for her so that she can get easy shape for the 8 for him. He may come around. You could come around 2 rails as well. I got lucky that he came across the right side of it. If he'd been full, it'd been pushed to the rail. But now all she's got to do is push forward a little bit with this ball. Any kind of angle really is good on this 8, that close to the pocket. And there you go, guys. That concludes that match. 3-1 for Katie and Sean there. We'll have another match coming up here right away. Please stay with us. I'm just going to take a real quick break. And just before I leave, I'm going to show you once again the contest that we have going on, the Ultimate Fan Experience. This is what it's all about, guys. We're only doing 100 tickets, $50 Canadian each. That's about 40 US. And we'll fly you anywhere from North America to us in Calgary and then back home afterwards. You're going to get your hotel looked after, food looked after. We're going to pick you up and take you to the event. You're going to hang out with us. We're going to, depending on the event, give you an entry into that event. If you're a lady, that would be for the Ashton Twins Classic if all the tickets are sold by then. If not, then it'll be for the Stampede Bar Box. And if you're a gentleman and we have the ticket sold by the time of the Ashton Twins Classic, then you will get to play some sets against some of the local talents. Not going to cost you anything if you lose, and if you win, you're going to get some money. You're going to get $50 a set back in your pocket there. Regular addresses apply. qsportslive@gmail.com for an email transfer here in Canada, or paypal.me/qsportslive if you're down south, or if you want to use PayPal here in Canada. And yeah, you'll get to sit in and guest commentate with us. We're going to look after you. It's going to be a great time. Stampede Bar Box is during Stampede Week, which is fantastic here. Lots going on. So stick with us, guys. I'll be right back here in just a minute. And guys, we are running a little long here on time on the stream. So depending on how long this match takes, I will be resetting the stream here in a little bit, probably in about 20 minutes or so. If the match is done, that's great. If not, we may have to ask them to wait just in between a rack while I reset the stream here. But stay with us, guys. I'll be right back in just a minute. Oh, Andrew, Canadian Championships in Toronto. We do not know yet. That is still a possibility. So stay tuned for that.
Paul, are you just hitting balls?
All right, guys, so it'll be just a few minutes. So I'm actually going to reset the stream here. The time that Facebook allows us to do it is limited to fixed time. So I'm just going to restart the stream here. Please tune back in. You'll get the notification that we're live again. And this one will be listed with S2, meaning session 2 for today. We'll be right back, guys. Thanks for sticking with us. I'll see you in a bit.